everyone! Welcome to class. My name is Orissa and I'm so excited that you're joining me for your practice today. We will be moving through a yin yoga class today, which is super beautiful for releasing tension and just getting into a really peaceful state of being. If you have never done a yin yoga class before, that is totally fine. You need zero experience. It's going to be super different than probably any other style of yoga that you've done before, so just come with an open mind and just get ready to chill out. You will need a few props for today's class. Number one is access to a wall. So we won't be using it the entire class, but having some wall space where you can put your legs up the wall is going to be needed for later in the class, so make sure you clear some space for that. And then also grab as many cushions as you can, as you have available. Some couch cushions are really great if they're a little bit firmer, a little more support, or even a pillow from your bed will work if that's all you have, or some blankets. And then you'll also need a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, no worries. You probably have like a small blanket or a towel at least, and you can use that. So I'll just show you what to do. I have a towel right here. Everyone has a towel. So you can just fold your towel in half and then just roll it up really tight. So you're making a log shape, and now you have your very own homemade bolster. You can also do this with two towels even and roll it really tight for a bit of a thicker, more supportive bolster, which would be great. So grab all your props, put on some comfy warm clothes, maybe have some socks or an extra blanket as well, or a sweatshirt, and let's get started. What do you think, Bandit? What do you think? Make sure you have lots of props around you to use throughout the class, and we will just start in a comfortable seat just for a couple of breaths, and then we'll move into our first pose. So you can sit up on a pillow and then close your eyes. Sit up tall. We're on the playlist. Awesome. Love it. I don't know why mine's not working. It's just really quiet. Okay, so take a deep inhale through your nose, lengthening the spine. Exhale out of your mouth. Beautiful. Twice more. Inhale. Getting long, getting space in the body. Exhale, letting it go completely, feeling yourself rooting down into the earth and just landing right here. One more time. And let it go. So now just allowing the breath to be completely natural. And focusing on the breath entirely. All of your awareness and attention, just noticing when you're inhaling and noticing when you're exhaling, and how that feels in the body and in your mind. Feeling that expansion in the belly and the rib cage and that space that's created in the body with your inhalations. And then that quiet stillness that naturally comes with the exhalation. Taking just another moment here to be, to arrive fully in our practice. Now I want you to think of your intention for today's practice. It's a daily practice, so what is your intention for today? You know, this is yin, you've had some experience with yin and the practice of this a few times now, so really tuning into your own needs. What can you focus on that will give you the greatest benefit from this practice, from this class? What do you need to focus on to make that happen, to allow that to happen? Bring one hand to your belly, take a deep breath in, really fill up your belly. Try not to breathe into the chest, breathe deeply into your belly. Feel it expand, exhale all that air out. And inhale into your belly again, really breathing in your intention. And exhale, let it go. And we will move into our first shape, our first pose. So if you're using your blanket or something, put it about halfway at the top of your mat. So you want to sit about in the middle of your mat. So we're coming into reclined butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana. So whatever you're using, have it in the middle of the mat, so it's going to be in the middle of your spine, and have it right up close to your pelvis, maybe even touching your hips, but you don't want to be sitting on it. So it's going to create that nice curve in the low back. So bend your knees, soles of the feet will come together, knees drop open wide. Your choice how close you would like your heels to be. You can bring them right up close to your pelvis, or you can allow them to be a bit further away. That might feel nice, and you can adjust this. You may want to slide some pillows underneath your knees or underneath your thighs just to give them a bit more support. That might feel nice. And then just sit up really, really tall and start to lean back, start to lean back, start to lean back. Really getting as much length in your spine as you can as you recline yourself onto your prop. And then adjust yourself as needed. And now you choose where you would like to have your arms. You can reach them out to the sides. You could cactus them at the sides, so you could bend your elbows at 90 degrees. You could also reach your hands overhead. That might be interesting. You could actually grab opposite elbows overhead if you have the space. And then for the most restorative, gentle option, you can have your hands just on your belly or at your sides, like close down, hands by your hips. So choose your own place, whichever that is for you. Make sure your legs are comfortable. And take a deep breath in and then exhale out completely. And now we commit to stillness. So finding that edge, just feeling a little bit of sensation, a bit of opening in the inner groins, the hips, maybe some opening in the spine, across the chest. Nothing too intense ever in our yin practice, just gentle sensation in the body. And when you're feeling that, and you can stay there comfortably, then we commit to stillness. So that's the second principle after finding our Goldilocks position. We stay in stillness. So that means not moving a muscle. That means not fidgeting at all. That means not scratching your nose or your foot. It means just being completely still. Allowing every muscle to begin to let go completely. Allowing the chest and the heart to slowly begin to open. And just focusing on your beautiful breath. In and out through the nose for this practice, but of course, anytime you need to and you feel you need to release a bit more, you can exhale out of your mouth. Try to really breathe into your belly today. So we do tend in our society to do a lot of more shallow breathing and like chest breathing, just in the upper chest, the upper portion of our lungs, really. So let's focus today on breathing with the belly. Deep, full, expansive breaths. So now we're just breathing here, just focusing on your breath and staying as present as you can. If the mind begins to wander, that's okay. It will happen. Just gently, lovingly bring it back to this moment. Whatever thoughts arise, acknowledge them and then let them go. As always, you may choose to repeat an affirmation or a mantra to yourself throughout the practice. It can be a beautiful thing to do in the yin practice when we have so much time and stillness and space. And we really use our breath to relax and come into this receptive mode. So it's a perfect time to repeat positive thoughts to yourself. If you can make a little affirmation out of your intention, I am blank, then that can be a beautiful thing, or anything else, whatever feels good for you. And if you'd rather just focus on your breathing and what you're experiencing, then that is absolutely perfect. See if you can soften a bit more in your inner groins, the adductors, so your inner thighs. See if you can soften them a little bit more. And if you can't think of an intention, or if you skip that, or if you just aren't sure, then just breathing love and acceptance into your body is a simple and very powerful intention and place to be. Letting go of all worries, all tension, all stress, exhaling it out. Breathing in more space, peace and love into your body. 2 more breaths. Like losing track of time, I could just stay here for the whole class. Take a deep breath in, exhale out of your mouth. And we'll start with the legs first. So as always, moving really slowly and enjoying the release of the pose as much as anything else. It's all part of the practice. So maybe just start to engage your feet, move them around, flex your toes, and then extend one leg straight and then the other. And we'll pause here for a few breaths. Just be aware of your legs. Maybe some new energy, blood flow happening. And then you can bend your knees and roll to one side, you choose. Roll off of your prop and pause on your side. Use your arm as a pillow like we do always at the end of class. Pause here. So our transitions are a perfect time to check in with the body and see just the beginning of the effects of the pose that we were just in. Take your hands, stay really relaxed with the upper body, press into your arms, and come all the way up to seated. Take your time. Maybe you're feeling something in the head or the spine. It's all good. So now we are going to, what are we going to do? We're going to go straight into a deep hip opener. That's what we're going to do. So you may want to sit up on a pillow, even if you're quite loose, because the muscles aren't warm at all, and so, you know, we're targeting the fascia in the body, which might be a little bit tighter, especially if the muscles are not warm. So you might feel tight, and that's totally fine. So I'm going to sit on a pillow. It might be nice to do it, if you have a square, to do it on an angle, because then your hips and your legs might fit around it a bit better. So sit up on your pillow if you would like, optional. Start with the legs straight out in front of you. Just take 3 breaths here, fingertips behind you, spine long, close your eyes. If you want, you can have a gentle Ujjayi breath in this practice, like we do in our flows, but make it a lot more gentle and easy and nurturing. So bend your right knee, foot comes to the outside of your thigh. And then, so we're not coming into a twist, you're going to bring your knee on top of your other knee. So this is cow face pose or Gomukhasana in our yang practice. In yin, it's called shoelace. So the option 1 is to just stack that top knee on top of the bottom knee with the bottom leg straight. Option 2 is to bend the bottom knee and bring that foot right up close to the hips, and then try and stack your knees on top of each other. So this may be where you want to slide a pillow under your hips. So just make sure both of your sit bones are grounded. And sit up tall here. Just start to breathe into your hips, so you're finding your edge. You can have the bottom leg straight. You can be sitting up on 2 pillows. If this is absolutely not working for you, you could do pigeon pose with the right leg in front. Yeah, if this is totally just not working, that's okay. So sit up tall, and now we're going to add a little stretch for the neck, because we tend to store a lot of tension in our necks and our hips. So let's just do it all together. So you're sitting tall, and then just slowly, so your right leg is on top. Slowly start, if you're the opposite, just do the opposite. Left ear towards your left shoulder. Drop that head over. Maybe just slightly lean towards the left. You could have your fingertips or your hand on the floor, that left hand, or on a block. Your hand on a block. Now remember, you just want to feel a really gentle stretch here on the neck, because we're going to hold it. So you don't need to try and force that ear towards your shoulder. Just try and relax your neck muscles as much as you can. And allow the weight of your head, which is quite a lot, to do the stretching for you. If you do need more, that's totally fine. You can take your left hand and just gently rest it on your head. So no, you don't need to pull. You can just gently rest it there, adding just a little bit of weight and intensity to the stretch. And now intentionally breathing out all tension. Breathing in love and acceptance. Breathing out old stored emotions. And breathing in peace. Breathing out all stress and worry. And breathing in faith and confidence. So stay where you are, breathing beautifully. If you want a little bit more for the right shoulder and kind of the pec and the shoulder and all of that, moving very slowly. Keep everything as it is except your right arm. Extend it slowly out to the side. Point your thumb down. Palm faces backwards. And then you can sweep your arm behind your back. The back of your hand will come in contact with the back, with your lower back. This may be perfect, or you can start to wiggle your hand up between your shoulder blades, or you can just keep it anywhere along your back. And then you can lean a little bit more into your left hand, unless it's on your head, of course. So just a slight side bend, just slight here. And this beautiful release, using your breath for your neck, your shoulders, and your hips. Just allow the body to experience this deep release, to let go completely, and continue to breathe in whatever it is that you need. So let's just breathe here in silence all together and enjoy where we are. Can you breathe a little bit more into your belly? It's okay to fill up the chest as well, that's going to happen, but think about expanding the belly first. So we're going to slowly start to make our way out of this, but listen carefully and move gently. So we'll start, if you have the right hand behind your back, slowly release that. Enjoy that release for your shoulder. And then if you're kind of tilting towards the left, just come up to center. Keep your left ear leaning left. And now bring your chin to center so your head comes all the way to the center of your chest, forward. Enjoy this stretch now for the back of your neck, just for 2 or 3 breaths. And then I want you to take your right hands, your right fingers to your forehead. Use your arm strength, not your neck strength, to press your forehead up and all the way up so that it is stacked on top of your spine. And then relax both hands down. You're sitting tall, your spine is stacked. And just breathe into the right side of your neck, whatever you may be feeling there. We'll stay here for 5 more breaths. You can just stay upright, or you could come a little bit forward or a lot, but only 5 breaths. So just enjoy this. If you lean forward, lean back. And then everybody lean back onto your hands and take your time, take your time. I cannot stress that enough. Start to unwind your legs. And then just extend them straight out in front of you. Leaning back on your hands. Maybe you could even lean back, drop the head back if that feels okay. You can rock your feet or your legs side to side, or gently bounce your knees if you need a bit more activity in the legs. And just notice, taking this pause, these little breaks in between each pose, they're a pose in their own right. So let's go straight to the other side, I think. So sitting tall, legs out in front of you to start. And now bend the left knee, foot comes to the outside of your thigh, and then you're going to keep wiggling that foot towards the hips as your knee comes on top of the bottom knee. Stay here, perfect. Otherwise, bend your bottom leg and then maybe lift the hips. Just kind of scooch your knees as much as you can on top of each other. Sit up tall to start, fingertips on the earth or blocks. Take a deep breath in and then exhale out of your mouth. Let it go. Beautiful. So right fingertips on the floor, just gently pressing into them or on a block. And now your right ear will come to your right shoulder. So just pausing at this first place. And maybe one side of your neck is tighter than the other. It's often the case. Our bodies aren't not perfectly symmetrical. Maybe your hips as well. Maybe this side is a lot easier or more challenging, tighter than the other side. So whatever the case may be, it's all good. Just use your breath. If you want bit more intensity, you can take your right hand, gently resting it on top of your head. No need to pull, but that's just if you need a bit more stretch for your neck. But remember, the magic ingredient of this yin practice is time. So even if maybe it doesn't feel like much of a stretch or a sensation, it's just a little bit of one at the beginning. When you stay there for a minute or 2 minutes or 3 or 5 minutes, you'll start to feel something. And then when you come out of the pose, you're like, wow, that was way deeper than I expected. And it's the time that makes the depth, not the depth of the pose. Stay where you are. If you would like to add, if you did on the other side, then you should on this side, the shoulder and the pec kind of stretch. So reach your left arm out really slowly out to the side, spin your thumb down. Just notice how this feels, and then bend your elbow, super slow motion. The back of your hand is coming towards your low back, maybe even your hip, your right hip, stay there, or you could even start to wiggle your hand up between your shoulder blades. That's the direction it is moving. You do not need to go there. But you can if the body is asking you to. So find that place for your hand. Maybe you're leaning a little bit more. If the right hand's not on your head, you're leaning a little bit more into those fingertips, just slightly towards the right. And now dip back into the present moment. Remembering that you are perfect, whole, and complete exactly as you are. Sometimes we just need to peel back the layers to rediscover ourselves. It's always there. Hi, Bandit. Hi, sweetheart. Using time and gravity and your breath and your intention to let go of whatever you may be unconsciously holding on to in your hips, in your shoulders, in your neck. You don't need it anymore. Let it go. As that is released, allow that space to be filled with light, lightness, and so much love for yourself. How are we doing? This is intense, I know. We won't be here too much longer. So super slow. We'll start with the left arm. If you went there, slowly release it. Release it out to the side and then down, and wow, just see how that feels. Then just press yourself up so your spine is straight and allow your chin to drop to your center of your chest. So it's a bit of a release for the side of your neck. And then take your left fingertips to your forehead. Use your arm. Keep your neck muscles so relaxed. Press your fingers into your forehead and press your head up. So that makes such a difference than suddenly engaging the muscles in your neck and forcing them to work after we just did that really deep stretch for them. So now your spine is long, and we'll take 5 more breaths. Option to come forward as much as you would like to intensify the opening for your hips. Take 1 more breath. So beautiful. If you're folding forward, come up. Moving through caramel on a winter's day. Lean back onto your hands. Feeling every little movement in your body, every little bit of release. Unwind your legs, extend them straight out in front of you. Lean back as much as you would like. Any little movements with the legs, bouncing your knees, or just wiggling your legs side to side. You can puff up your chest and gaze up. So beautiful. So we are going to do 1 more forward fold, and then we'll do some other things. So we're already set up for it, so it is perfect. You can stay sitting up on a pillow if you'd like. That's perfect. I'm not going to. Yeah, that's fine, but you can. So we're just going to come into a forward fold. So I'm just going to put a little blanket underneath, right underneath my ankles, because I have really flexible ankles, and when I stay in this pose, they just bend a little bit, but that's probably just my bendy body. So most people probably won't have that issue. But if you have really bendy ankles, and then you don't want to feel like some pain or some compression in your ankles, then you could try putting something under there. You can stay sitting up on your block or pillow, and the knees can be bent. Yes, so just lean, kind of scooch your sit bones back. Hi, sweetie. Scooch those sit bones back, start to lean forward. So the pelvis is just tilting forward a bit, and then you can absolutely round your spine and come into your forward fold. If you have a pillow, put it underneath your chest. Make sure you're super supported. If you have a block, put it under your forehead if you can reach, or like a giant stack of pillows so that your neck can completely relax. So props are your friend, especially in yin, because then the body is relaxed, and the muscles can actually fully relax when everything is supported. The muscles are supported, the bones are supported, and really only then can you completely let everything go. So use your props, come into your forward fold. You can allow the spine to round, that's okay. It's actually encouraged in the yin practice. So you can allow that spine to round, and then find your place and pause, and then breathe. So remember, we are really using our breath and the stillness to tune in and tap in to the parasympathetic nervous system, calming the nervous system down, telling the body and the mind that everything is okay. I am safe. I can relax here. I'm not in any danger, and it's all good. All of our internal organs can then work optimally when the body is so relaxed and at ease. So we mentioned we don't want to move. We're staying in stillness. The two exceptions to that are if you are in pain, sharp pain, absolutely come out of the pose, modify. You're allowed to move if you're in pain. That's not what we want. We want a deep, achy sensation that can almost be painful sometimes, but it's not that sharp, burning, like pain. It's just an ache more than anything. Any other time that we can move is if our edge moves. So the body opens as we stay, and the body allows us then to go deeper. We can move and go a little bit deeper into the pose. But just breathing and staying exactly as you are right here is perfect. This is all you need to do. Shredding away all tension. Can you scan your body and just see if there's any place that you are unconsciously tensing or holding on to? Maybe your shoulders are a bit tight. You can relax them down. Maybe even your hamstrings are just like slightly engaged. So see if you can relax those. Your jaw. All the muscles in your face. Just let it relax. It's all good. You're fully supported. You're fully safe. Forward folds are so nurturing. So we're like literally kind of folding in on ourselves, bringing all that energy inside to our heart centers, expanding that love to all the cells in your body, expanding that love beyond your body and out into the rest of the world. We're going to stay here a little bit longer. It might be really intense for you, or you might be super comfy with where you are, and that's awesome. Either way, we're all practicing being mindful, being aware, and being totally accepting of ourselves and our bodies with where we are. Take 3 more beautiful deep breaths. So good. That was a long hold. So take your time. Move so slow. Start to press into your hands. Keep your head and neck really relaxed. Maybe you want to engage your feet, engage the legs a little bit as you continue to roll yourself up. So go so slow. We're actually going to go straight onto our backs. So roll yourself all the way onto your back as a counter pose. We'll just take a few breaths, maybe 30 seconds in Shavasana, so just laying on your back. So rolling yourself all the way down. Oh, and then just feeling supported by the earth. Take a few breaths here, and again, use this moment to scan your body and just really be aware of where you're feeling sensation now that you've released that, where you're feeling blood flow, energy, prana moving in the body, any energy or anything that was stuck. Now it's being allowed to release, to be let go. Bring your awareness to your belly. On your next breath in, see how much you can fill your belly up. Like, let it just expand like a balloon. And then let all that air out. Maybe bring one hand to your belly, one to your heart, or both on your belly, and breathe in deeply. Once the belly is fully expanded, the chest can expand as well. And then exhale, let it go. The chest will deflate, and then the belly will deflate like a balloon. One more time. So beautiful. Roll onto your belly now. So just roll gently all the way onto your belly. So we just did a bunch of forward bends. So now we're going to do some back bending. So on your belly, your feet can be hip width or wider. Just bring your hands underneath your forehead at center and just shake your hips out side to side, shake your ankles, shake out the low body, and then just allow it to relax. So now it's just relaxed in a natural place. Your heels can gently, if they naturally go out to the sides, that's perfect. Your toes can come in. So with your forehead on your hands at center, this is just already like a really, really gentle back bend. And this could be option one if this is your place today. Perfect. Otherwise, press into your hands, come up onto your elbows. So just grab opposite elbows with your hands just to see that that's how far away your elbows should be. So they're stacked right underneath your shoulders. Then you can bring your hands forward, palms facing down. So you are like a sphinx. So elbows right underneath your shoulders, stacking the bones so that we don't need to engage the muscles. The body's supported. Now your head, you can drop it back. That might feel okay. You could bring it forward. You could even put a block under your forehead, which could feel very nice. Or you can allow it to hang down. So we're going to do 2 rounds of back bends. So the second time you can have the option for seal pose, which is with the arms straight. If you're not feeling anything here on this first round, you can go into seal now, of course. So straightening out your arms, fingers pointing out 45 degrees and a little bit wider than shoulder width. And then you can lock your elbows if you don't have hyperextension in your elbows. If your elbows do hyperextend, I would say just micro bend them and have a bit of muscular engagement in your arms. Another option to go a bit deeper on this first round, if the body's asking for it, is to bend your knees, bringing the heels towards the buttocks and just allowing the legs to be totally relaxed. So we do want to be feeling some mild compression in the low back here. So if that's what you're feeling, that's all good. Never pain, but just a really gentle sensation of compression in your low back is actually so good for your spine. And when we release and relax, the body can become stronger, longer, healthier, happier, which is one of the goals, one of the aims. Let's just breathe here. Breathe into your present moment. This is life. What a beautiful simplicity. If you've bent your knees, extend them, so straighten your legs. And then move any props out of the way and come all the way down. As you come down out of Sphinx, think about lengthening your heart and the crown of your head all the way forward. Get length in your spine. Now turn your head towards the left, so your right cheek comes onto the mat, and slide your left leg up alongside the mat. Your arms can just be at your head, just like you would. It's kind of a natural place to be laying on your belly with your head turned and that leg sliding up. Should be quite comfortable. So let's take a few breaths here as a little counter pose before we do another back bend. What is your intention? What energy are you choosing to embody today, right now? One more full, beautiful breath here. And then slide that left leg back down. And turn your forehead back to center. We'll just come straight back up into Sphinx. So coming up, back onto your elbows. Maybe just shake those hips out. Make sure your legs are relaxed. And now if you want, if the body's really craving more, you can come into seal. If you did last time, you can again. So arms coming more straight, hands maybe about as wide as your mat. So this can be a lot more intense. So if you try it and it is too much, then just come back to Sphinx. But if this is good for you, then just stay and breathe. If seal is still not enough, you can bend your knees and seal as well, bringing the feet towards the buttocks. Notice if you are tensing the buttocks or your quads. See if you can relax them, soften. We'll stay here about 5 more breaths, maybe 30 seconds. You don't need to keep track, but not much longer. So just being as mindful and as present as you can be for the last few moments in this shape. Breathing love into your low back. Exhaling out whatever no longer serves you that you may be holding on to, letting it go and breathing in space. And you can take a deep breath in. The knees are bent, release them, and on a breath out, everybody come all the way down, moving super slow, feeling in your spine. Turn your head towards the right, and then slide your right knee up alongside the body. We'll just pause here and enjoy this beautiful counter pose. And keep just feeling into your low back, noticing what you are experiencing, what you are feeling, without judgment, with compassion. So if your right knee is up alongside the body, press into your right hand and just roll yourself onto your side. So now you're just on your side, both knees can bend, or head on your left arm, pause. And then gently and slowly press yourself up to seated. And then make your way towards the wall. The wall. What is that? Oh, that's the cloth. The cloth? Toy Story? Okay, so you can bring your bum right up close to the wall and then swing your legs up and just kind of scooch and adjust as needed. I'm not sure if there's a really graceful way to get here. If the hamstrings and the low back, if it's all pretty tight, then like your sit bones, they don't need to be touching the wall at all. You can be quite a ways away. So whatever feels good. We just want to get the feet up in the air. That's the goal. So, yeah, whatever you need to do to make that happen and make that comfortable. If that means your hips are a foot away from the wall, that's okay. And if it means they're right up close, then that is okay as well. So legs just straight up, and now choose whatever arm position you would like. You can have your hands on your belly and really focus on that deep belly breathing. You can have your arms at your sides or reaching out, expanding across your chest. You could even reach your arms overhead, maybe grabbing opposite elbows or just reaching your hands long and letting that be expansive for your arms, your chest. And really just breathing into this super gentle and beautiful inversion. With all of the sitting that we do, all of the walking that we do, how often do we really put our feet up above our head? Probably not that often. But really, this is a pose that we could do every single day. It can be really beautiful if you are working. I know some of us aren't. If you are working, especially if you're on your feet all day, or even if you're just on your feet all day doing anything, to finish off the day when you come home, you just take 5 minutes and just put your feet up the wall and breathe. If you do that every day, who knows what will happen? Something amazing. So let's just dip into that stillness. Allow some of that blood to drain from your feet. Breathe into your belly. Breathe out of your mouth. We'll be here about another minute. Breathing, enjoying the moment. Take 3 more beautiful breaths in this pose, in this shape. And then start to just bend your knees a little bit. Take your time, feel your way out of the pose. Wiggle your toes. Hello. They're still there, still attached. Start to walk your feet down the wall. We're just going to come away from the wall. So really take your time, walk your feet all the way down. Then you can roll to one side. Maybe pause or just wiggle yourself away from the wall and then pause on your side. And then make your way onto your back. So right onto your back, and now just feel, again, just coming into Shavasana, just for a moment. Feeling that release in your legs. Now we'll come into a gentle twist. So bend your left knee and give it a nice little hug. And then draw it across the body. Use props as needed. I like to put a block underneath my knee so that I can relax my muscles, and then trying to melt both of your shoulders down onto the mat as best you can. Left arm out to the side, gazing up or to the left. Bringing out toxins in all of your internal organs, just like a sponge, cleansing them out with a twist and with your breath. so the body can be renewed with fresh blood and oxygen and prana energy. Allowing us to be healthy and happy and feeling our very best. Two more full breaths. Amazing, and bringing a bit more, maybe some muscular engagement into that left foot. Slowly bringing your knee back to center, giving the left knee a squeeze. Take your time. And then the left leg will be long, and your right knee will bend. Squeeze it in, really give it a hug, and then you can draw it across the body. Come into your twist on the other side. Extend your right arm out to the side and gazes upward to the right. Try to melt both of your shoulders down, especially the right. See if you can get it in contact with the mat. And then just surrender. Just give in to this shape. Give in to gravity. Relax your outer hip. Relax your spine. Relax your chest and shoulders and your neck. And if any muscles are working, it's just your smile muscles on your face. Let go even more. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, let it go. And then slowly start to come back to center. Take your time. Squeeze both knees gently into your chest. Maybe gently rock side to side. And we'll come into Shavasana. Curl yourself up into a little ball. Give yourself a squeeze. And then really set yourself up to be comfortable here. So use a blanket. You can use props. You could put a blanket under your knees, or you could even do the same pose we did at the beginning with a blanket or bolster under your spine, if that feels good for you. And then take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go all the way out. And now completely surrender. Entire body relaxed. We'll just gently move through the body, relaxing everything along the way. So beginning with your toes and your feet, warm and relaxed. Your ankles, your calves, heavy and relaxed. There's lovely space in the knee joints. Your thighs are warm and soft and heavy. The glutes are relaxed. Your pelvis is just so heavy and sinking into the earth. This pool of liquid warmth in your pelvis moving to your belly. Just relaxed. Breathing without effort. Your chest, your rib cage, your heart is open. At ease. Relaxed. Your shoulders are heavy. Your arms are warm and heavy. Your elbows, forearms, hands all sinking down, down, down. Your neck muscles are relaxed and at ease. Your jaw is soft. All the muscles in your face are relaxed and soft. Your eyes are heavy and relaxed, sinking down. Your entire skull is so heavy and dropping into stillness. stay in Shavasana longer if you have more time and you would like to. And stay where you are. Otherwise, just gently starting to wake the body up. Beginning with some deeper breaths. As you continue deepening your breath, starting to add some small movements. Fingers, toes, eyes, nose, eyes, ears, mouth, and nose. Keep your eyes closed if you can. Maybe take a really deep breath in, reach your arms overhead, stretching the whole body. And then you can roll onto one side. Pause for at least a full breath. Staying relaxed, press into your hands and come up to seated, sitting tall, eyes closed, heart open. If you are ending your day and you want to stay nice and chill and relaxed, just pause here in stillness. If you're beginning your day and you need a bit more energy, let's just take 3 energizing breaths, circling the arms. So inhale, circle your arms out and up to the sky. Big energizing breath in, exhale, palms through heart center. And then twice more, really breathing in energy. Really waking the body up, exhale. And one more time. And exhale. So now everybody palms together at heart center. Gently bow your head. Let's commit to taking this beautiful energy that we're feeling, taking that off the mat and out into the rest of our day. Spread it around, spread that goodness with as many people as you can. Gently bow your head. Namaste. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day, everyone. So much love to all of you for joining me. Okay, lots of love. Stay cozy.